What's going on, guys? Sharpshot here. Hope you guys are having a great day so far. So today's video, we're going to be looking at the top 3 new builds from the 7.1.0 DVD update. This patch is dropping with a survivor we all know called Nicolas Cage. So in this video, I'm going to be focusing on making the best build possible out of Nicolas Cage's 3 teachable perks, so you guys can mix it up and have some fun using arguably the most enjoyable perks in DVD while still succeeding and doing good in your trials. I'm going to be ranking these builds from worst to best, with 3 being the worst and 1 being the best. But don't worry if you like number 3 over number 1. Nic Cage's perks are by no means meta, and neither are these builds. They're all just made to have fun but still do decent in the trials, so you'll be able to succeed and have some fun with any of these 3 builds. And for each build, I'm going to be explaining what each perk does, and then I'll summarize why those 4 perks make for the best possible build. So yeah, without further ado, let's get right into the video. Coming in number 3, we have the Scene Partner build, which is going to be an aggressive chase play style build with Scene Partner, Smash It, Parental Guidance, and either Windows of Opportunity or Alert. With Scene Partner, if you're inside the killer's tear radius and you look at the killer, you'll scream, which reveals the killer's aura for 5 seconds. And what's really funny is that after your first scream, you have a 50% chance of screaming again, which extends the aura reading on the killer for 2 seconds. And this isn't actually written on the perk description inside the game, but if you get that second scream, you roll another 50% chance to do another additional scream. So hypothetically, if you keep hitting that 50% chance of screaming, you can basically be screaming for the rest of the trial and see the killer's aura at the same time. So as memey as this perk is, it's great at the start of the chases to be able to perfectly counter the killer's movement because you see their aura. With Smash It, whenever you pal stun a killer, you gain a 4-second sprint burst. And this perk also got buffed in this update, with the exhaustion cooldown being way shorter at tier 3, going from 40 seconds all the way down to 20 seconds, meaning that you're basically guaranteed to have this exhaustion perk ready in every single chase you get in. And if you're consistently hitting your pallet stuns, you should be able to evade the killer super easily, because not only do they have to worry about the pallet stun animation, but you also have an extra second on your sprint burst, so you'll be gaining so much ground, it won't even be worth it for the killer to try and catch up to you. With Parental Guidance, after you pallet stun a killer, you leave no scratch marks, pools of bloods, or grunts of pain for 7 seconds. So this will combo perfectly with Smash It, that once you pallet stun the killer, you'll gain a ton of distance out of your Smash Hit sprint burst, and also leave behind none of those 3 things with Parental Guidance. So you'll basically vanish from the killer and be super stealthy, that you'll be able to completely hide from the killer after every pallet stun basically. This 4th perk is kind of up to you. If you're in solo queue and don't have the greatest map awareness for pallets and windows, you can run Windows of Opportunity to be able to see the aura of all the pallets and windows within 32 meters of you, so that with Smash It, you'll always be able to go to an undropped pallet to loop around. But if you do feel comfortable enough with your map knowledge, or you're in a Swift, you could run Alert, so that whenever you do pallet stun the killer with Smash It and run away, that killer is most likely going to kick the pallet, so you'll be able to see the killer's aura for 5 seconds, so you can tell your teammates in what direction the killer is headed. These 4 perks work really well together in constantly bugging the killer. Scene Partner will grab the killer's attention with your scream and get the killer to start chasing you, and with the aura reading you get, you'll be able to perfectly counter a killer's movement at the start of the chase. And once inside the chase, the Smash It and Parental Guidance combo will allow you to gain a ton of distance when you actually do pallet stun the killer with Smash It. And with Parental Guidance, you'll be able to really easily hide from the killer because you left behind no scratch marks, pools of bloods, or grunts of pain. So if the killer does go looking for you, they just won't be able to find you at all. And in solo queue, or if you don't have good map awareness, Windows Opportunity will tie these all together and make you even better in chases. Or if you were in a Swift and had ran Alert, when that killer had kicked that pallet when you stunned them, you'd be able to tell your teammates in what direction the killer was heading. And you can rinse and repeat this process of getting in chases really quickly and then getting out just as fast as you got in. Coming in at number 2, we have the Dramaturgy Build. This build will focus on maximizing the Dramaturgy perk value, with obviously Dramaturgy, Vigil, Calm Spirit, and either Ace in the Hole or Streetwise. Dramaturgy is a super funny exhaustion perk. When you activate it, you gain 25% haste for 2 seconds, and then one of 4 things will happen. You either gain the exposed status effect for 12 seconds, you extend the duration of that haste for an additional 2 seconds, you scream without revealing your aura, or you receive a random item of green rarity or higher with random add-ons. And something important about this perk is that the same effect can't happen twice in a row, so you want to be activating this exhaustion perk as many times as you can, either inside of a chase or outside of a chase, because outside inside of a chase, you'll eventually get those really good items that you can use around the trial. And if you do use it inside of a chase, you could gain some haste, which could be pretty cool, or gain some not so good stuff like getting exposed, but the rest of the perks on this build will try to mitigate the negative impact of the exposed and the screen. With Vigil, you recover from status effects 30% faster, and any other survivor within 8 meters of you does the same. The two key status effects we're going to be looking at for this build are going to be exhaustion and the exposed. You'll be able to use Dramaturgy a lot more often because you'll recover from the exhaustion in 30 seconds instead of 40 seconds. And if you do happen to get exposed, it'll only last for around 9.23 seconds rather than the 12 seconds, which could mean all the difference in you not getting one shot down. With Calm Spirit, it suppresses the urge to scream from basically anything like perks or any killer powers, and it also prevents crows from flying away when you're running next to them. And an unfortunate buff to this perk, which I really think is a nerf that happened a little bit ago, is that you do open chests and cleanse or bless totems silently, but you do them a lot slower. So the main part of this perk that we're going to be focused on is the fact that you're going to be silent. So since one of the things that you can do with Dramaturgy is scream, Calm Spirit will allow you to just be silent when that happens. So there's nothing to worry about. If you activate Dramaturgy outside of a chase, the killer won't be able to hear you because you just won't scream. This fourth perk is up to you, but it's focused on the item part of Dramaturgy. You can either run Ace in the Hole, which allows you to keep the add-ons of the item you escaped with that you had gained from Dramaturgy. And not to mention, if you don't like the items you're getting with Dramaturgy, you can just simply open up a chest with this perk and get a very rare rarity item or above with some add-ons on it. But if you don't really care about your add-ons and you're not a hoarder like me, you can run Streetwise to have 25% more charges on all of the items that you do get with Dramaturgy, because you're probably going to end up using multiple items, so you'll just be able to have them all for longer. These four perks make for a really great build centered around Dramaturgy and maximizing its positive value and minimizing its negative values. With Vigil, not only will you be able to use Dramaturgy even more often, but if you do happen to get exposed, it'll last for 9 seconds instead of 12 seconds. With Calm Spirit, you won't scream at all, so if Dramaturgy does make you scream, it just won't happen, so you don't have to worry about the killer hearing you at all. And with either Ace in the Hole or Streetwise, you'll be able to get some good value out of the Dramaturgy items, either being able to keep the add-ons of the item you escaped with Ace in the Hole, or be able to have more charges with all of your items you do get out of Dramaturgy with Streetwise. Coming in at number 1, we have the Plot Twist build, and this will be a fun take on the classic Power Struggle build with Plot Twist, Unbreakable, Flip Flop, and Power Struggle. With Plot Twist, when you're injured and also standing still and crouching, you can activate this perk and it'll silently put you into the dying state. You have no grunts of pain, you have no pools of blood, and you can fully recover from the dying state. And once you do fully recover, you go back up to the healthy state, and you also gain 50% haste for 4 seconds. After you recover, this perk deactivates until endgame, where it reactivates. So if you do make it to endgame, you're actually able to use this perk a total of 2 times in the trial. This is a very big meme perk because if you mess it up, you're basically giving the killer a free hook. So you got to make sure you're far enough away from the killer when you do down yourself so you do have time to either fully recover or have enough to be able to power struggle. With Unbreakable, you're able to fully recover from the dying state 1 time in the trial and also recover 35% faster. This might seem overkill with Plot Twist already being able to fully recover yourself, and although you don't get your Unbreakable back if you do recover from Plot Twist, the main reason we're running Unbreakable on this build is for that 35%, because when you are downing yourself with Plot Twist, you'll be able to recover that much faster. And not to mention, if you do get down into the dying state without Plot Twist, at least you'll have an Unbreakable recovery in your back pocket. With Flip Flop, 50% of your recovery progress in the dying state gets converted to wiggle progress when the killer picks you up. This is essential on a Power Struggle build so that when the killer does pick you up when you're under that pallet, you'll be able to drop it right away. You'll have more than enough time to gain that 50% wiggle progress that you do need. With Power Struggle, this is obviously the staple of the build in allowing you to actually escape the killer's grasp from dropping the pallet on them when they pick you up. And at tier 3, you only need to be at 15% wiggle progress to be able to drop that pallet. So from Unbreakable giving you a faster recovery speed and Flip Flop converting 50% of that recovery speed into wiggle progress, you'll be able to super easily and super quickly be able to have enough wiggle progress to get your Power Struggle. These 4 perks work really well together in getting you an even bigger chance to consistently get Power Struggle value every trial. The strategy behind this build is that you first get into a chase with the killer, and once they hit you, you run away with your injury speed boost far enough away to a pallet and then immediately down yourself with plot twist. And then with the classic unbreakable flip-flop combo, you'll be able to recover so much faster with unbreakable. And in all of that recovery progress you do gain, 50% of that will be converted to wiggle progress with flip-flop. So then when the killer finally catches up to you and sees you in the dying state under the pallet, the killer will pick you up and you'll have more than enough wiggle progress already to immediately drop the pallet when the killer picks you up and then just keep the chase going. So yeah guys, those are the top 3 builds coming out of the Nicolas Cage update. Comment below which one of these is your favorite builds and any other really fun builds you found with the Nicolas Cage perks. So yeah guys, that's been the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a like and subscribe if you're new. This has been Sharpshot, and I will see you guys in the next video.